Katanga bedwetters, well, here we are back again with some more LPs for you. After the success of my last one, it does appear that a lot of you would like to have a look at my LPs, and I don't get them out very often, it must be said. So I'm going to show you another bunch, and I don't have very many albums. I've probably got, well, less than anyone in the VC. I've got about 400, but every one is a record that I really like and I play. So, you know, I don't have things that just for collector's sake, do you know what I mean? They have to be records I like, otherwise I don't keep them. So let's start off with a bit of Lenny, and this is a really interesting one because it's about Lenny Bruce. It's like a documentary on an LP, and it's a rather lovely gatefold. You've got these nice little pictures, and these are ones towards the end of Lenny's life where he's got this, don't know if it's a story about Lenny's Levi jackets, but he used to buy Levi jackets and Levi's and take them to his Jewish tailor and have them all remade, you know, so they were like bespoke for him. He was an elite beatnik, wasn't he, Lenny? He wasn't a beatnik, I'm joking, but that's the sort of thing Lenny used to do, you know. He was a funny chap, wasn't he? But this is great, and it's got interviews with, among other people, Tim Hardin. I don't know if you're a Tim Hardin fan, you know, If I Were a Carpenter, etc. But he was meant to have supplied the heroin that killed Lenny, because he was staying with Lenny at the time. He used to have a Mexican customs agent bring a pound of heroin up to him at a time, you know, in his uniform and everything, you know, because in those days, I mean, no one cared, did they, you know? So anyway, there you go, Lenny Bruce, start off with, and now another titan, ladies and gentlemen, another real popular one of mine. But this is His Royal Highness, Marvellous Lord Buckley, and as you can see, he was an early and, what do they call it, progenitor? Can't remember the correct word. For someone who promotes the use of cannabis, because he was an alcoholic and he'd given up alcohol and he discovered cannabis and thought it was like a marvellous drug, you know. But anyway, this is great, this one. And it's got Subconscious Mind on it, which is gotta be one of the early sort of sketches about Freud, really, isn't it? Before Lenny Bruce started doing it. So there's a bit of Lord Buckley for you. And on to one of my favourite singers, lovely Karen Carpenter. This is a lovely album, this one. And shame it's got him on there. If they took him off and it was just Karen, why they put him on the covers? It's just really ridiculous, isn't it? But anyway, this has got lovely Can't Smile Without You, and There's a Kind of Hush, the Herman's Hermit song on one side. And there's, you know, with all the Carpenters, they're beautifully produced, lovely arrangements. And, you know, it's just a quality item, isn't it, with the Carpenters? And now on to my favourite album of all time, Songs for Swingin' Lovers. And this is an album that just every track is a winner, and you can play it all the way through, and you never have to get up and miss a track. This is just Frank at his finest, you know. Such a wonderful album. And of course you can pick it up cheap. And of course, this is one of the ones that I suppose, do they reissue this one? I don't know, but it's his best album by a long chalk. And then a bit of Lalo. I do like soundtracks. And this is a particularly wonderful one. This is not hard to get. You can pick this up, no problem. But it's really terrific music on it. And it's the proper Mission Impossible. You know, it's those guys. Where they play the tape and it self-destructs at the beginning and all that. It's great, isn't it? Right, on to a bit of soul. Ted Taylor, marvellous man. This is the guy that did Ramblin' Rose, that the MC5 covered. And this indeed is, where is it on here? Love is Like a Rambling Rose, side 2, track 2. But he's great. This is a lovely, lovely album. And, you know, this is the sort of soul that really doesn't get a lot of, you know, exposure in the VC. For some reason they don't like. There's certain soul artists that don't appeal, aren't there? And they all seem to have the surname Taylor. Because Johnny Taylor's another one, isn't it? They don't seem to like him ever. You know, the Stax guy. Anyway, this is marvellous, really marvellous spoken word. And this is one of my most favourite people in the world. Vivian Stanshall, of course, from the Bonzos. And this is Sir Henry at Rawlinson's End. I don't know if you've ever seen a film. They made a film with Trevor Howard playing it, the part of Sir Henry. And of course, because it was a film, they had to really butcher the dialogue in it. And it's nowhere near as good as this. This is politically incorrect to the point where it's offensive. In fact, I think a lot of people would find this very offensive, this album. And that's not the main reason it appeals to me. It's because it is just really wonderful. And he does have a superb command of the English language, Vivian. And I can only recommend it. If you hate wokeness and you hate political correctness and you like offensive humour, this is for you. This is just absolutely tremendous. And talking of the Bonzos, this is just one of my favourite albums of all time, and one of my favourite covers, because you get Bonzo actually on the front this is an actual postcard stuck on the front. And let me just show you the back. And this is where actually Sir Henry first appeared. As you can see, Rawlinson's End on side 2. That's where Sir Henry started. Really tremendous. The Strain, Waiting for the Wardrobe. Really good, really marvellous stuff. Right, now onto a bit of rave-up culture. A bit of mod rave-up. And this is, look at these Herberts, eh? Would you give this lot a job? 5 Live Yardbirds. Obviously a nod to Charlie Parker, the name, but the music's nothing like it. This is mods when they're all taking amphetamines, a lot of amphetamines. And the whole idea was to take R&B songs and do them at breakneck speed, you know, much faster than punk records were when they came out. And just to keep it going until people sort of passed out in a frenzy, you know. But this is all the old familiars on. Here's Chuck Berry in it. Chuck Berry, Slim Harpo, Howlin' Wolf, Isley Brothers even, Johnny Hooker. You know, it's just, I mean, they do, wow, 1, 2, 3, do 3 Bo Diddley numbers on side 2. And I'm a Man is credited to Thomas Schumann, the fantastic Brill Building, you know, wrote for Elvis, all those great hits, but he did not write I'm a Man for Bo Diddley, and that was Bo Diddley. Anyway, there you go. Nice old, you know, flipbacks and all that. Here's one I don't think I've ever seen shown in the VC. This is a nice old London copy. In the States, what is it? It's Parrot, is it? Or Cap or someone? Tribe. It's Tribe in the States. This is Huey Moe's stuff. And Doug was a great guy, had the big hit with She's About to Move, and then went on, had quite a bit of success throughout the years. Always had a good gig. And when Doug used to come over to London, he used to stay above the shop, above Rock On. And always had some interesting things to say about the cosmos. Now, these really are absolute degenerates, these people, and I don't want you to copy anything that these absolute ne'er-do-wells used to get up to, ladies and gentlemen. But this is the Fugs, of course, the euphemism from the Norman Taylor book. which is where they got it from. But just look at these Herberts. You can tell that there's probably narcotics involved, isn't there? A lot of commie, pinko, subversion, sort of, really are dreadful people. And this is great, this one. This is really good. Supervised by Harry Smith, of course, the wonderful Harry Smith. Smithsonian, folk blues, all that stuff, the wonderful guy. But this has early versions of Slum Goddess. It has the William Blake, Our Sunflower, Weary of Time. I Couldn't Get High, and How Sweet I Roamed, from field to field, and tasted all the summer's pride, till I the Prince of Love beheld, who in the sunny beams did glide. That's the William Blake one. And then they've got Boobs a lot as well, which is the old, frat party classic. But if you want some really degenerate behaviour, the Fugs' first album, and I got mine signed by Ed Sanders, if you can see up there, in '93 when I met him. And I did ask him to do hieroglyphics on all my Fugs albums, but for some reason I don't think he did one on that one. I'll have to show them to you another day, ladies and gentlemen. And then talking about amphetamine, R&B, rave-up, mod stuff, this is the second album by the Backdoor Men. The Backdoor Men, of course it isn't. It's Shadows of Night. It's called Backdoor Men, and I think that means really a reference to Howlin' Wolf rather than any sexual proclivities, But maybe it means both. I'm not one to judge. But anyway, this is great. This has got Gospel Zone and those sort of real rave-up ones on it. Let me show you. But again, look at these ne'er-do-wells. And this has still got the original shrink wrap on it, bits of it anyway. But look at this geezer here at the front. Look at that dodgy Barnet. I mean, you wouldn't leave him alone with a tin of beans, would you? Let alone children. But there you have it, The Shadows of Night. And that is a lovely old Dunwich copy. And I hope you enjoyed those, ladies and gentlemen. Next week we'll have Dark Side of the Moon for you, and Rumours, and Odyssey and Oracle, and loads of other rare albums just for you. So please stay tuned, won't you? We'll be back soon.